If you're in a chapter 13 and you're looking for a vehicle, I want you to listen closely. I wanted to get on here real quick and just kind of talk about bankruptcy, filing bankruptcy. Mainly, I want to talk about chapter 13s right now and making good decisions and just making good decisions, not with your financial health, right? Financial health. Let's talk about financial health. I get between 10 and 12 customers a month that actually file bankruptcy. Chapter 13. When I pull their credit, some of them have filed a chapter 13 and then they went to a 7. They say, okay, now, my bankruptcy discharged. My chapter 13 is dismissed. I did a 7. It's discharged. Now you want to get a car. I want to give you some advice on that. You guys make good decisions. But when you know how you go on, you're shopping for, let's just say automobile. You're shopping for some blue jeans. You're shopping for a pair of shoes. You're shopping. You're looking around to see that you can get the best deal or who has the best sale. That's what you need to do when it comes to a bankruptcy attorney. And it's not about the sale and the money that you spend on the bankruptcy attorney, paying them because one might be cheaper, but get with someone that's going to give you the best advice or put you down the right path, right? If you know someone, or if you just put in the atmosphere and you ask your friends, or you ask your loved ones, or do you know anybody that filed bankruptcy, had a successful bankruptcy, or do you know a bankruptcy attorney? Ask around, because once you file that bankruptcy and you change your mind and you go to another, it's going to hurt you. It's going to be on your credit. It's not like you can change it and say, okay, I changed my mind, and they already filed. It's already on your credit for 7 years. So get with a bankruptcy attorney, someone that you can trust. The best advice I can give you is that you ask for a referral. Ask for a referral. But anyway, let's get to the point what I got on this live for today. I had a young lady I talked to today. I can talk about her business because I'm not giving you her name. She put a credit application on my website. We put credit, and my finance manager said, well, she has a card through one of the banks. I'm just going to tell you the bank. She had a card through credit acceptance, and she's in a chapter 13, and looks like she hasn't paid it. She still has it, but she wants to get a card. So when I text the customer and I said, hey, are you still financing a car with credit acceptance? And she said, no, I don't have the cards paid off. So what I immediately did was I called the bank, the financial institution, credit acceptance, because I know the number by heart, because I've been doing loans with them, through them for years. I called credit acceptance. The credit acceptance said it was discharged. So I reached out to her. I reached out to my finance manager, the car that she has on a credit report is paid off. So we got to qualify for 2017 with 145,000 miles, 149,000 miles on a Cadillac. So when I text her and I said, hey, you got $2,500 down? And then I said, hey, I need to have your letter. Your letter from your bankruptcy, from your attorney, from a trustee that says what you qualify for. And she said, well, can we talk? I said, yes, absolutely. So this young lady had not got a letter from the court stating what she could qualify for. If you're in a chapter 13 and you're looking for a vehicle, I want you to listen closely. If you're in a chapter 13 and you're looking to get a vehicle, you have to have permission. You have to have permission to buy a car. You just can't go to a dealership and say, I want to buy a car. You can't. You don't have the option anymore because you have already displayed that you can't pay your bills and you need help paying your bills. That's why you're in a bankruptcy. They're paying your bills for you. You're giving them the money and they're paying your bills for you. If you're in a chapter 13, you have to have permission from the courts. So don't go to a dealership. You haven't even talked to your attorney. You don't even know where you stand. So have that conversation. So she hadn't had a conversation with her attorney. She had a brief conversation with him. Oh yeah, she said, I want to get a car. And he said, okay, absolutely. You could probably get a car. But he didn't give her anything. He didn't talk to the trustee. He didn't give her no parameters. She didn't even know her parameters. How are you going to go shop for something you don't know your parameters? How are you going to do that? If you go and look for a pair of shoes, you know what size shoe you wear. You know whether you want to get tennis shoes or you want to get dress shoes or you want to get casual shoes. You have your parameters. So if you file bankruptcy and you're looking for a car, you got to have parameters. You just can't go say, I'm looking for a car. Why do you have to have parameters? Because your financial health is under someone else. It's under the court. So they need to tell you what year that you qualify for and how many miles to have on your vehicle and estimated what your interest rate can be. So for instance, if they say you qualify for, you can have a $20,000 car, up to a $20,000 car, or your payment cannot extend $500 a month, and your interest rate can be no more than 18%. They can say this because they control your finances. You don't. You just give them the money and they pay your bill. So they're going to tell you what your parameters are, what your payment can be, your max payment, what your loan amount can be, and your term. So that's 3 key things: payment, term of the loan, interest rate. 3 things you need to have on that paper. And okay, what year the vehicle is. You have to have those parameters on your sheet. So if you're in a Chapter 13, get permission from the courts for you to buy a car. It's all about saving time, right? Time is money, money is time. Get that figured out if you're in a Chapter 13. Don't just show up at the dealership and say, oh yeah, I want to get a car. Because remember, like I said a few minutes ago, it's parameters in anything you do. When you go and you need a winter coat. Do you need a winter coat for work? Do you need a winter coat for church? Do you need a dress coat when you go out? What kind of coat do you need, right? What kind of coat do you need? So it's parameters, anything you do. Remember that, parameters. Anytime you do anything, it's parameters. It's the way you do things. It's parameters. Don't think because you're in a Chapter 13, you don't have rights and you can say no, you can say yes, because you can. So let me just finish the conversation I had with this lady. So we talked about it, but not having a letter. And then I said, this is what I can do for you, right? This is what I can do for you. I said, but the courts are not going to let you have this car with 149,000 miles on it, because that car maybe lasts maybe a year, maybe 2 years, you know? They're going to want you to be in a vehicle that they know that you're going to be able to make your payments on time, you're comfortable, and that the car is not going to break down. So they're going to say no. So get your parameters. But the conversation ended with us like this. I said, if you really want to get a car with this particular bank, which is credit acceptance, I said, you don't score out well in the system with them, which means that even though you had a car paid off, I'm going to need a lot of money down to get to the parameters for what you need to be as far as your payment, as far as the term, and as far as the year. Because I needed $2,500 down to get in this vehicle, and this was a poopy vehicle. She would need more money, or she would need a cosigner. I said, oh, do you have a cosigner? Because that's the next thing we always say. You go to a dealership and we turn you down, we say, do you have a cosigner? So don't fall for this. If we tell you, oh, I can get you approved with $6,000 down or a cosigner, no, you got two options. You need the down payment money down because of your credit. Yeah, you need that $6,000 down, or a cosigner. Remember that. Just because you get a cosigner does not mean that you're going to be approved. A cosigner. And then also, let me tell you this. We don't know what a cosigner can do till we run credit and see what we can do. The question that I always get asked is that if I get a cosigner, well, what my payment going to be? What can I do? What my payment? What kind of car I'm going to get? Look, you get a cosigner, their credit's going to have to be ran with yours. And they're going to have to be approved. It's not like they can tell you without even running a cosigner about what you can do. Parameters. No parameters. Okay, let me go back to my conversation ended it. So what ended up happening with this lady that's in the bankruptcy, didn't have her parameters, didn't have a letter. I told her what I could do, what I couldn't do, right? She needed a cosigner, or she needed more money down, $2,500. So you know what I said to her? I said, what are you driving? That's the first question I always ask is, what are you driving? And we ask that because we want to see when the last time you financed a car, or we want to see what you're driving. Whose name is Karen? She's driving a 2014 Chevy Impala that she paid $10,000 for. She paid cash for it because at that time she had money, well, down payment money. So 2014, $10,000. I think it had 71,000 miles on it, she said. And she says, really a nice car. I just want to be able to get another car. And I said to her, oh, okay, I hear you. I would love to sell you a car. But she said, but I just started another job, and even though I'm in the bankruptcy, and they're paying me more, I got a promotion for another job, and I'm excited. And I said to her, why do you need a car? And she said, because I want one. I really don't need one, but because I have one. Listen, this is how I make my living for selling cars. This is how I pay my bills, right? But if you're in a bankruptcy, I said, you're in a Chapter 13. Why do you need a car now? When is it up? She said, I think I got more 2 or 3 more years. And I said, you're driving a 2014 Chevy Impala with 14,000 miles on it? That car would probably last 2 or 3 more years or more. As long as you change the oil, as long as you do the upkeep, as long as you change the brakes, as long as you take care of the car will last. So I said, why are you getting a car? She said, I don't know. I just wanted to see if I can get one. I really don't need one. She said, you know what? You're making me think. I'm going to keep my car. But you know what she said? After my bankruptcy up, I'm going to come see you. I'm going to keep your information. Or if I lose it, I'll just Google you because I know where you are. I know you're on the internet. I can just Google Regina, the Queen of Carolina. And she also said, if I have anybody that I know, if anybody knows looking for a car, I'll send them to you. The moral of the story today is if you're in a certain situation because of some situation, your financial health in the past, like everybody has issues when it comes to job change, credit change, job might change, income change, right? Bad things happen to good people, right? But be smart about your next decision. If you don't need a car and you're in a situation and you got a car that you're paying on, that you are getting around in and you don't have a note on, a car note on, and your financial financial health is not good right now, the advice I'm going to give you, being in Regina, the Queen of Carolina, being in this business for almost 27 years, keep driving the car that you're driving, right? Until your financial health gets better. And we had a conversation. Keep your car. Keep driving your car that you're driving. Wait till your bankruptcy is up. You'll have more options. Why get a car now? Your options are going to be slim, and we got to tell you what you can get into. You won't have that many options. And she agreed. So she stays in that place to agree, completes her bankruptcy, and I pray that she comes to see me. But that's why I have to talk to more people. More people have to find out about the queen. I have to put my information out there more. Why do I have to do that? Because the more people I talk to, that betters my chances of selling a car. But did I kind of like tell her she shouldn't buy a car? Well, yeah, because I can't help her, but then she's not going to have that many options. So if you have a car, keep making your payments on time. I mean, it is paid for. Keep doing what you're doing. Her situation, her financial health is not good right now, but it's going to improve, right? Bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to us at the dealership, right? People don't always know what happened to us because we're in the right place at the right time, right? So again, if you are on my TikTok channel, you guys go on over to my YouTube channel, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans on YouTube. Put your phone up to my QR code on the screen and scan and get a free copy of my ebook. Put ebook 50 in. It's Navigating Auto Loans with Bad Credit. Navigating Auto Loans with Bad Credit. Get my ebook. It's in English, it's in Spanish. You can download it, you can read it, or you can do the audio. What I suggest, you do the audio. Listen to it in your car. Listen to it at home. Come on, guys. There's too many content creators like myself and people out there that you can do what? You can actually not make the mistake. You don't have to learn from your mistakes. We're giving too much information out there to just let you make mistakes. So be smart. Download that ebook. Again, if you're on TikTok, get on over to my YouTube channel, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. You can go to one of my Facebook pages. It's Regina Eileen Woodard, Regina, Eileen Woodard. Yes, that's my whole government name. Go to my Facebook page and follow me. Right? I'll see you on the next